Hey everybody, Sean here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in title update 3 for Dark Grim Mariupolis, going for the last achievement, which is going to be Zen. Now, you're definitely going to want to do this achievement last because you are going to lose the items you need for the other achievements. We are also going to be picking this up after completing all of the other achievements. So your inventory should have the tuning fork and the hammer in it. So now that you have those and the other achievements out of the way, it's time to move on with the story. You are going to want to make sure that you are at your house, and then you want to make sure you are in the office area. Use the hammer on the money box, and then inside it should be a coin. Once you break open the money box, make sure you grab the coin that falls out, and then we're going to head back to the map. Next location we are going to go to is going to be the hiding place. It's going to be at the top of the map. Once you are here, what you want to do is make sure you use the coin on the mechanical horse directly in front of you. This is going to give you an item called Fugu's Song, and then we're going to have to take this item with us for a trade. So once you have Fugu's Song in hand, make sure you leave back to the map screen. Our next destination is going to be the Pentatonic Temple, which is going to be the area at the bottom right of the map. Once you are here, what you want to do is you want to make sure you head on inside, and you're going to open up your inventory, grab Fugu's Song, and then give that to the priest. That is the character on the left. So once you do that, he is going to trade you the song for the arms right here. You're going to get a sword and a shield, which we are going to need for the next part. Once you have that, we are going to backtrack to the map, and then we are going to head to the next location, which is going to be the bar. It's going to be in the upper left. Once you are there, make sure you head on inside. So just double click on the door to head on inside. Once in here, make sure you talk to Warlock. He's going to be behind the bar counter. He is the character who's going to be furthest to the left. Make sure you talk to him and exhaust all of the dialogue, and that should give you the story beat that you need to progress to the next part. So once you are done with that, make sure you head downstairs by clicking on the stairwell and then heading into the Vikings bar. Go over here to the middle box. It's going to be the one with the unicorn on it. Click on it and you should get a bottle of bitters. You're going to need this to mix a certain drink that we need for the next part. Make sure you head back upstairs, and then the security is going to stop us for stealing the bottle of bitters. Make sure you challenge him to a duel. Now, if you happen to have the arms in your inventory from earlier, you should be able to win the duel, so just fast forward through all of the text, just keep picking the first choice, and then this should be over pretty quickly. Once you take care of the security guard, we're going to head back upstairs like we normally would, and then we're going to give the bottle of bitters to Warlock to mix our drink. So open up the inventory, make sure you grab the bottle, and then just click on Warlock. He's going to mix the drink in the form of talking to us, so just fast forward through all of that. And then we are going to want to grab it off of the counter. Very important. Don't forget that. It's going to be this glass right here. It's going to be the awesome glass. Pick that up, and then we're going to head back downstairs, and then we are going to give this to Sergio, who we met in the previous update and who originally asked us to make this drink for him. So we are going to take care of that. Grab the cocktail out of your inventory, give that to Sergio, and then he should give you the information necessary to the rest of the update. So just make sure you skip through this, and then once you have the information, we are going to leave the bar. So just make sure you head back upstairs and then out the front door. Once you are back outside, do not leave to the map screen quite just yet. You want to make sure you talk to Strange Man, who's going to be leaning up against the right side of the bar. Once you talk to him, he's going to allow you to head through the secret entrance to get to the back of the bar. And then once you are here, what you want to do is you want to make sure you talk to this person, Skullgrim, directly in front of you. You're going to get through this, and you want to make sure you get to the part where you challenge him to a duel. He is going to decline, but you are able to fight his bodyguard in the form of Lasercat. Now, you're going to need to have the tuning fork in your inventory from a previous achievement in order to defeat Lasercat. So make sure you have the tuning fork in your inventory. If not, you are going to get a game over here, so make sure you take care of that. Once you defeat this person, you are going to be good for another duel, and you should be rewarded with another item. Talk to Skullgrim to cash in on that, and then just get through all of this text. Basically, you are trying to go for some information to get to a new map location. So once you have that info handy, it's time to leave the bar, so just back out onto the street and then head over to the map screen. You should unlock this new location in the form of Mariupolis's house. Make sure you head over there, and then once you are here, make sure you step up to the front door. There should be a keypad next to it. Make sure you go up to that keypad. So click security panel, and then make sure you punch in the combination. It's going to be the same every time. It's going to be ostrich, cat, dolphin, dog, seahorse. So if you are using a keyboard keypad as a visual metaphor, it's going to be 7, 8, 9, 4, 5 as your combination. Press enter, and that should lock it in, and then get the door open. Then we should be able to go inside. Nobody's going to be home. However, we can get our next map location. So make sure you grab the map. It's going to be right here on this painting. So pick it up, and then we should get to the next location. So we are going to backtrack to the map. So just head back out the front door and then back out onto the street. Then to the map screen, click on this location in the middle with the 3 question marks. Once you are here, make sure you go into the building called into Mysterious Building. And then once inside, in order to get this achievement, what you want to do is you want to make sure you set the controller down, and you want to not touch anything for about 7 minutes. After enough time of not pressing any buttons while waiting in this room, you should be good for the Zen achievement. So just play the waiting game and just do nothing until the achievement pops. So you can set the controller down and then come back to it later. But once the time has elapsed, you should be good for the achievement. There it is. 200 gamer score, and that should wrap up the update, so that should also be where your recompletion is. So hope you enjoyed the guide, and that's all there is to it.